The Diony Show. So we're gonna start off with introducing each other. I'm Diony. Over here, I have Tristan. He is a semi-pro at Dota. Used to be a semi-pro.
Yeah.
Uh,
Used to play it quite a lot. Not so much these days.
uh,
After a series of injuries. But,
how high did you get on the leaderboards?
I got to around top 300. I believe there was the average of 1,500 players at the time. 1,200 somewhere, or 12 million. Sorry.
Okay.
2 million, 12 million, somewhere in there.
So, what got you into playing Dota?
Well, at the time I was really into World of Warcraft, and I've been occasionally playing League of Legends. And I found League of Legends through Total Biscuit's What the Fuck Is series, of all things, as I imagine a lot of people found League through. And one of my friends messaged me saying he had a beta key for Dota 2. I didn't really know what it was, but he gave me the beta key, and from there I was kind of hooked.
Okay. I remember back in the day, you and I would play a lot of League, and you would have all of these crazy builds that were off meta. So, did you find a lot of things like that on Dota as well? Finding builds that weren't really conventional and working with it also?
As I got better, I felt a bit more free to experiment around with my builds. For example, whatever the patch it was that Lone Druid had his ranged form, I was one of the early adopters of that. And though at the beginning I did get called a troll quite often, or jungle venomancer, never skilling stats on Sven. That was just a popular thing though. I used to prioritize stats a lot back when you still skill those, but that hasn't been a thing for a while.
Okay. So you mentioned like jungle veno. I'm guessing that when people called you trolls, it was kind of like they didn't really understand how it was optimized or how it worked well.
He could be the fastest jungler in the game at around 10 minutes. I think you could lead the jungle with around 130 last hits, doing your thing. I think it'd be level 7 to 9, somewhere in that range.
Okay.
It was pretty bad against getting pressured though, like most junglers, but...
Would you say that doing these type of like builds and stuff like that really helped you grow as a player and then helped you improve?
Yeah, I'd say it would, because learning to innovate is one of the primary things that's great about Dota. It allows you to kind of shine and have other players follow in your wake and just kind of define your own play style.
So when did you start taking the game like serious, like, oh, this could be something that I could make a job around or go professional in?
I started wanting to do something like that around the time I saw the amount of money players were winning from TI.
Yeah.
So I think it was TI 3 that I really started. After TI 3, watching Alliance win kind of inspired me to try to get up to that level. So for the next couple of years I tried. Yeah, close, but
Okay.
never achieved much success.
And a lot of people would ask, what does it take for you to, I guess, get to the skill level needed to be playing with like pros and stuff like that? So how often did you play the game like every day?
At least 5 hours. You really got to devote yourself to it. It's got to be like one of the main things you think about, and you always got to be watching games, watching streams, keeping up with tournaments, keeping up with the meta.
Right.
You basically turn it into a full-time job for the maybe hopes that sometime in the future you might break through and become a pro player.
Makes sense. And speaking with pros, did you get a chance to play with pros on the ladder at all?
Yeah, I would quite frequently show up in some pros live streams when they'd be streaming. A couple people come to mind, Merlini or TZ. I think I played with BSJ once, so he's not really a pro player. I asked Mike. Aside from that, you can check Open Dota to see all the pros you played with, and there's quite a big list of people on mine.
Okay. So, a lot of people probably have seen you in the games, but don't know what username you use under, because I know people like to change their names on Steam. What would people on the ladder know you as?
They probably would know me as BlackieLocks, because that's what I had for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Back when I was really playing ladder games. Pretty sure I got muted quite a lot.
Is that a thing that happens a lot in Dota?
That's the thing that happens. People mute their teammates quite frequently, especially higher up when they're just trying to 9v1 carry the game.
Yeah, that happens a lot in Dota.
Yeah.
Now, what made you decide that you couldn't do Dota anymore?
I want to say at the end of 2016, I started noticing my hand was hurting quite often when I was clicking and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really pay too much mind to it and just thought it'd get better by itself. But it did not. And over the course of the next year, it got worse and worse to the point where searing pain would shoot through my finger every time I'd fucking click. Which, if you're trying to play video games, is not that good, as you can imagine. So I went to the doctors and eventually got told that it was a repetitive stress injury from clicking too much, and I did some exercises and took a break from my hand for a while. No clicking. It got a bit better, but it still to this day isn't what it used to be.
Okay. And is there any chance that you could get to the same level as you were, or not at all?
No, and I don't really have the desire to be either.
Mm-hmm.
It's it was a thing in my life at some point, not anymore. I don't even really enjoy playing the game anymore. It's fun to watch, but I wouldn't really play it anymore.
Do you still have the ability to coach players? But do you think that would be an option for you since you have a high knowledge in the game?
At some point, I think I would enjoy doing that. Yeah, I just have to get some experience coaching people first.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that is something I would like to pursue. It would be really fun, kind of allow me to still be involved with Dota without needing to play it.
Right.
And be able to help other people out with some of my knowledge and shit.
What would you say to the players that want to climb up in Dota and eventually become a pro? What would some advice you'd give them be?
Play your own game. You gotta mute everyone else, because if people start flaming you, it's probably gonna tilt you. Don't respond to their flame. Don't get engaged in the discourse, and just try to give it your 100% each game and play to your best output, or play to your best outs.
Okay, it's pretty good advice. Do you take any interest in any other games currently?
Right now, I occasionally will play Magic the Gathering, but that is about it, and I don't really like anything else too much right now.
Yeah, I remember me and you used to play a lot of Magic the Gathering, but every year, I think it was from 2013 to, what was the last one? 15? Or was it 14? 15?
13 to 15. Yeah.
Yeah, those were good times. 15 wasn't the best. I think we still play a lot of 13 every now and then. I like 13. We never got to play 12, unfortunately.
No one bought that.
Yeah, looking back on it, I could see why. I watched a lot of videos on it. Wasn't the best. But I think that's about all the other questions I had.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Nothing that comes to mind, man.
Okay, well, that's it, I guess, for my first podcast. It was short, but got what I needed to be done.
To the point.
Yep.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem.